All right, so I don't really want to take away from Mr. Weisenbach's message about bitterness, but I'm still kind of bitter. Because if I recall correctly, at the beginning of this year, somebody called me out in front of the entire school for not knowing what the word affirmation means. And I never really got a chance to redeem myself until now. So, Mr. Weisenbach, where'd you go?
He left.
Would you mind helping me out up here and tell me what the word urinaceous means?
Can you spell that, please?
E-R-I-N-A-C-E-O-U-S.
I cannot.
It means read them. And then end with some better advice directed toward each class. But by now you can probably tell I'm not really going to do that. Now instead we're going to skip ahead to the end. Someday, each of you will be like us. Seniors on the floor, eagerly awaiting to graduate and move on with your life. However, when you leave this building, you're only actually allowed to take with you 3 things. The memories you make, the faith you grow into, and the person you become. That's it. Let's start with the memories part of that. Growing up, I've seemed to have gotten a couple different nicknames, a few of which being Grandpa and being a Matt, which, according to my friends, being a Matt is about not having fun, and that I read books in the locker room before a football game, and then I drive 10 miles per hour under the speed limit because I think it's fun. Safety first. Though I've come to learn that you have to go out and actually make a great high school experience. You know, you've got to have those memories that you can look back on with fun reminisce. Now, that could be, hypothetically speaking, hiding from Walmart employees in your toilet paper fort. Or hypothetically, punching your best friend in the face on Saturday night, fight night. Or hypothetically, managing to wear a dress in every single video project. But like I said, these are all hypotheticals because, honestly, how could a Matt like myself do something so fun? Right, but as Mr. Weisenbach said, school is important, but you gotta have some fun too. You know, because you gotta have some great stories to tell your grandkids someday. So, with that, let this be a reminder, you know, to have fun. Try something new. Go out and make something exciting happen. But heck, worst comes to worst, just have somebody throw you through a glass window. It seemed to work really well for me. Next is your faith. A little known secret around here is that 95% of the curriculum is never actually spoken, nor put in your notes, nor asked on any test. Because as much as it'll break Mr. Neely's heart, you probably won't remember how to multiply 2 major C's 10 years from now. Nor will you remember what demand-side economics is, or how to balance a stoichiometric equation. Rather, what you will remember, and what you will actually have to know, is your faith. And I'm not even necessarily talking about the faith that we learn in religion class, or what's required of you in service hours. I'm talking about finding God in your life and seeking out a relationship with Him. The only problem is, that's just not something they can write up on the board. There's no plug-and-chug formula, and there are no state standards. Rather, this curriculum of faith is taught in the school in the way that teachers live out their lives as examples to their students. Through every moment spent together here in the family room. And in the way that, and the tangible signs of God's love that permeate every facet of the school. And that's why we come here, to learn in our faith. And that's so important because one day we're going to need your faith. I can promise you that. The people in the back can promise you that. Because despite what anyone might tell you, life's never going to get any easier from here on out. Next year will be harder than this year. College will be harder than high school. There will be people who challenge everything you believe in, and you will encounter hardship in your life. And our class has experienced that hardship firsthand. On the day that we lost Zach, it's easy to remember the silent hallways and the somber emotions. But most importantly, God was in this place that day. He was in every tear, every embrace, and in every classroom. And we, as a class, as a school, and as a family, came together in our faith that day. And that faith is something no one can ever take from us. And lastly, the third thing you can take with you after high school is the kind of person you have become. What I think a lot of people lose sight of is that your accomplishments here never really leave this building. After high school, no one's going to care how many AP classes you took, or if you were Peter Pan in the spring musical. When you introduce yourself to your new college roommate or your new employer, they're not going to meet the captain of the varsity team, nor the co-president of Black Promotions. They're going to meet you, and only you. So then, who are they going to meet? Are you going to be known as someone who's a hard worker? As someone dedicated to others through service? Or maybe somebody who takes pride in all their work? And these 4 years are a chance to answer that question. A chance to escape your comfort zone and figure out who you are. But you've got to make that leap. Put yourself out there. Coming into this school, I could have sworn on my life that I never would have joined the Promise to Keep. The sheer awkwardness of having to give the birds and the bees talk to a bunch of middle school kids. However, I tried it, and I absolutely loved it. You know, it might in part be because middle schoolers will laugh at anything, and so the first time I thought it was actually funny. But at the same time, I was really excited to go on the IU Honors trip, you know, explore the world, work on my Spanish pickup lines, but I quickly learned that I'm a mama's boy, and I didn't like being away from home so long. But you see, I don't regret either of these experiences because they have formed who I am today. And it's only through these experiences, both the good and the bad, that we discover the people that God is calling us to be. So jump in. Between all the schoolwork, practice schedules, and daily high school drama, I beg you, don't leave this place empty-handed. I think I speak for my class when I say that we have made all of our memories, developed in our faith, and embraced the people we have become. And so naturally, it's time for us to go, to move on, to pack up, to take on that next step in our lives. And we'll forever be grateful to this school, not just for preparing us for next year, for the next 4 years, but for the next 50 years, for the next 100 years. Sorry, I'm a little ambitious. I plan on living a really long time. However, for everyone else here, it's not yet time to go. You still have more time to make memories, to find God in your life, and figure out who you are. So regardless of what grade you're in, or how much time you think you have left, ask yourself, what do you still need to pack? And so I'll leave you today with a quote from the song The Fighter by the gym class heroes. I would sing it, but I don't want to make you guys cry. I'm really good. Like Mr. Keller here. So the song goes like this. Give me scars, give me pain. Then they'll say to me, this one's a fighter. You are and forever will be a Roncalli rebel. And if there's one thing a Roncalli rebel does, it's fight. Don't ever stop fighting. Thank you, Matt.